or a year I see to wow.
Assassin with trust. What the
idea who would walk quite and I be a call back of what was that?
What the means so
David Evans to be Evans
Unim said them.
Doc me phones to be
Unim said them.
We have been for our Sabia. Yeah, great.
And to me the wow baby be or someone in here. Send him dear baby be or here. Your Ghana phones to be bring some winning dear. Almost someone from home mata. Abodokobia enye so mo nto aba but omo from home mata amanyokobia mi hu omo en mamanfo tirimu nye omo se babi omo gire nti no omo koduru ono mo ye adwuma omo be ye adwuma no achia no iti no sound nipa dodo no bibiri bi kwa my classmate omo pa ebetimi recommend bi amom se Electoral Commission no omo mpani epe obi a wo sa animdie na akwakotena ho a betimi recommend bi omo ye nyina ye classmate omo bo adwuma kama
you dey only nya dia ono obajisade
o da menje say wonim say
na wo say
wonim say Dr. Brian Champion so wonim so ye meet
yes
ono so kra PhD or information system near e course wo man pani betimi abonidin so onkoye Electoral Commission onkoye commissioner because of wonim dey anything. Can you imagine? There's nothing different from me.
No.
And never be what.
Then the question I Casano.
Oh, them say, yeah, movie.
No man anti
Oh, the thing is that if you know somebody like Common Penny, money, and money democracy on call take his action and a Ghana for crab be did. And money trim. Eso onko bu nipa bi dinsa so obi anim ese o makon former NDC regional chairman now so onko Electoral Commission onko hwe abato so
but you are qualified.
No, it's not about the qualification. Ghana for are qualified to say me edoso Ghana for won nimdie to say me edoso so what you say and adwuma no so edoso baby bebre o ha ebitima ya adwuma no without necessarily putting the person up for some controversy no. So, etino sa enkomo we there. This should be the last time. Me no me name mon to ne fo. Mon to ne fo. I'm aware say say me penny Roxon.
Yeah.
Dafia say or the akokot whatever the outcome no. Or it's a cap. A brantie na ono anka say to ne hofo. You know, so when you say the amount for e kan nsem ne ho ne man ne. You are a scholar. Yes, sebe uni ho a unya adwuma ne you a scholar PhD holder one kasa timi tro je grant say research ne ho ne mane ade sebe wa ben so ho etino onya obi a wo ye in die need of adwuma and adwuma ni ho na unya binya ne de akwakohye ho no etino kono ay so otu ne ho fe kasa o man pani adwuma we de e bia sa wo se me nkonko boa nita anase men koboa gifek for men koboa Ministry of Communication who attach me to Ministry of Communication as a consultant men koboa ho cyber security authority me agasa minia entwubu asiako ewo hoyi na o attach it to it so konkoboa for nim de na research awaye ne ade konkoboa then you know say yes oboa wo mampani na adwuma so but you know, I dear Juma, we will be a Kawansam sister. A principle, it is all parties take care as all positions in the idiocracy.
Well, sometimes it is so. Say, more position and they speak differently. When Obabe Musa they speak differently, but the Biswana, it is a principle that he personally upholds. Until you cannot take that one away from him. So, but yeah, in him, yatina kromache. Say politicians, you know, or as I said, boy, if you didn't China, nisunku, ejanus and nisunku. So until when they are there, what I've seen is they act as saints in opposition. When they come into government, they are a different people altogether.
But his views now are expression.
I mean, Kroji say, but I'm a tight. so when him there yes am for bebre when him there no but once you are tied no na ye dey a sensitive position beside the ma on there sometimes but I'm not the one to interpret whether because the thing is before the court until we wait for the outcome of the court proceedings you know yeah
kojo nya akose onyima mamenka o say multimedia dwumako no oko mfini mantema oni gina ya nemu echinchim bibia kasa entroya odo report free hoba nkomo bi ebe free obia no ono boy kase pa anti chief bureau na o betina handy but you know I say not so need echi
well I say not the ohuri ohun say ye ka say by election no but when say say mo ye di echi from the high court court of appeal and sana supreme court and sana finally supreme court order say George Ekosiisen the DNS spanning from the records of parliament in Aden but omunya now say friends by election no the Assin constituency has been a very different constituency omo no minima Assin no cry penny behwe nti ai sa man 4 person mutupunkun kra kohwe de na ekoso ho the constituency kra no well constituency no it has a population of about 120,000 yes so the entire district you know a population of about 120,000 omo your farmers predominantly omo dia mo abe eni ne mane nti okoho a na amanfo so fi other places ebanti ukọ Assin not obi some George Krom or friend is saying baby away pram but ningo so oko Assin not e wo ningo e wo ho ye wo friend is saying omo ye before ho ye wo other people settler communities in ade ho nti community in there is from but Assin for the doorso nti that community if you Assin for so then you enter the Assin North constituency. It was previously a bigger Assin North where Kennedy Japan was the MP in 2012 it was carved out and na inya Assin North then Kennedy Japan went to the Assin Central constituency nti Assin North no mo ye NDC in a winning the first one Urambre in a winning year in 2016 Abnaduwa Esakai na 2020 George Ekosiisen ebae but sesia no constituency ho na edwuma ekoso no enye edwuma ketwa nti o hwe ekwan omoye about 32 kilometer stretch of the road FPI first na
ekwan no hyase
yes, exactly. After Sakwan idea, a chassis dada. And it's all quite simple. So it's entirely a different place. Or if a pie you share the Dwaka region, why it was simple to town, and some of the Assin not call the other constituency now a year to be near to be Arsenal. Sana Sakwan at here. But apart from Sakwan, there are other routes in Swa on why but a lot of them so they stored. But now they say that they found funding according to the DC Namin Kasayano. So to na more kwa ni ade afi na abruwe yi pumakwan mu a omuguso omoye o hwe agenda 111 hospital project omoye omo atra the first FN is saying asie no a omoko the next step o hwe school dining yamane omoye o hwe astroturf omoye but most of the projects you know they started some in 2022 and 2021 and but ibinu ho e ka ho nti o hwe grade than ni sa articulator ni ade a sia ekohwa fix roads ni ade omo pese omo fix light ni niam ni nyina ne se kwan na didu but ohwe see these two candidates George Ekosiisen ye nyina enim say now he is a deposed member of parliament for that area and NDC for na dey see ho say sia no ye omo candidate na enche ye bia so mo yi Charles Opoku ye obi a ono so tena assembly ku ho onyini ye o NGO ho kra wa ye sa Charles no so the people also know him but the argument the MPP makes is that Assin Brekuno so we knew that just where we need the entire constituency because in 2020 no President Akufo-Addo out of the 13 polling station there were Assin Brekuno President Akufo-Addo we need emu 12 na abnaduwa elusu sa place na it means say na nkaka kakra ho so omoto skirt and blouse eno na omugina so say eno na ma George Ekosiisen win ye nti na che say George Ekosiisen fi Assin Breku and the MP candidate ono so fi Assin Breku na nka ya chess force no so nti saa na sesia Charles Opokuso akoya onu so firi ho nti sesia no omo ene omo kodi chempe wo ho na omo fight nti the other towns no etisa asen akonfo de ene asen brofi edu ne niema no after omo enya asen breku de no then they can go and fight for the other places in so aka nti sesia no aye a level playing field untumi nka se eye NDC dia na say MPP dia because obi a one strength and any weaknesses was a particular constituency.
So message Benna parties no the enam form because the last time I read out here no na director of communication for the MPP Ahiagba no say NDC for the tro and enam say one chairman be no coordinator bi nti sa tro no only deal emwo kebma min kebia memo no ana ne mati say yesi Ekosiisen so mo din nam say ya hwehwe no amano ne Canada say the message we no dey na mo
when it say ensha se VIP
because I don't promise you say
ensha se VIP for no MVP for no what I've heard me call no me tea supporters ni bi o mo kan say na na obeto am obi a otu man we ya china kotum nti ade nti na obeto aba ma no nti otu man we kura ye cost 90 aha nti entoma no to mampuntu sisi anu hwe mpuntu ye kwan ni astrotef ni agenda 111 ni niema but me sanso call na me tie NDC for side na NDC for no say George Ekosiisen de omo say ni mo ba ye no kra na omo deny no certain privileges ni niema no kra ono ade ni botom sika procure light nti ukwa assembly ku sisi anu omo so nkane agungon ni ade hither to so na entisa wa ye niema ni ade o relate well with the other people ni ade they should ignore na me aso me ni George Ekosiisen kasa ya so so mo pemi achi me wa hase obia ni ho de ne nsa aka me omo nto aba ne fa ama me I am legitimately qualified say me gina me to me so aba for the other courts in sense no omo njai no omo nto aba ne man so these are the two dynamics the MPP on the side na NDC for one side but o show mo lead charge na yanketo national officers regional officers hotel e ho nyina ya ma nti sesia say okasa wo kwa Asen North sesia na unya da me koye no I had to go and sleep in Cape Coast and return to Asen North.
Cape Coast to Asen North about 1 hour 45 minutes. Exactly.
Almost so nya dan wa sinfo suni ade ni nyina edan ni nyina ye amafo agi hotels na wo any guest house na
commercial business no.
Exactly. You see a honey bumi pa amafo enya asem ketwa.
I see. Now on the part of a electoral commission no wa come officers abrebro na so say bia ni pa bia 1% komujina electoral commission name no parties ni be reject you almost say there be we party ni we part what on side ni
well I know the ember up yet but initially no almost say Charles Opoku no qualify because abano moto no on to be because unsi MBA for transfer of votes na the vote is so any constituency ni mu but the argument has been say Osha constitution it doesn't state say you should be a registered voter in that particular constituency before you can stand to be elected. Okay. And it is based on that, that is a more side, that is the argument they are making based on the constitution. Say or you're a registered voter, but he's not a registered voter in that constituency until you bet me swaba. But among for to make it a moral argument to say why didn't see na ube jina hona ye to abama no wangasa won't to be to abani be amount. So that is but after the electoral commission me share or more be supervise say the NDs MPP primaries a constituency in mono and yama also thoughts in idea mean yes sure so be raise an issue of so being qualifier and so be is here now be I say
Bambo 170
well it is cool time and more MPP primaries na police for more honor na nya at least ye hu basa bia so far no and yama koso hu say there are clashes and bibisa amayoko mienu ni nyina obia sisi ano I said door to door na omo small rallies in ade no to woo voters nti me sure say with the coming days akabe 2 weeks na ya to aba nti me sure say the thing is heating up and will continue to heat up as we get closer to the 27th of June. Well, nti there were issues that were also raised. The major towns in ade no utu say what say mpuntudwuma yekoso asen North constituency but omo say omo de omo nsanka omo de obi wo ha ahemfo ni bi raise say enye wa asen North but mpuntudwuma na omo ye no asen breku asen brofu edu ene ne mane ho na omo ye kwan na ye wo nkrase ene ye wo chiri kakra no yeso ye de wen enti the talk is about okay and they say by election there idea papa and the people are even talking about say and when MPC inform for bra kwan so na ejayen yi omufi on yen by election others say they wish said the MPs had even resigned because we share the mpuntudwuma articulate ani idea esi kwan no so omo ye adwuma day and night ni idea na they feel say omo kwan ye omo hia school ni idea omo kan yentie but by election banko they will respond to their needs. So these are the conversations that are happening in the constituency.
But baby out ni dia ishiahuna wanya wo amanyosem emuno. Are you able to stick say ohwe form ho na hwe nkoma ekọ na hwe akeka na hwe trend na probability say assume be beat your bentino any mom you high
initially na I felt to say George Achikwesin the NDC candidate no wasoro no wo esoro so de tutu ho a wo hwe sympathy vote ni ade amanfo mo ka say omo ha papa no person osom ne man ade na munja no na moya mamudi na esi nchen but when I went to the ground so no na me hu say no Enyema esisa with the election of Charles Opokuno. Enyema sisa, the two of them they are at par. Obi obey ni juma ye bi obetumi win. So it is not a constituency. Obeka say a NDC dia na say MPP. They all share the current dynamics in wo na. The MPP has worked honestly. To be fair to the constituent anyway na. O share some of the projects na they did back 2 years, 3 years. It means that agenda 111 is say it is progressing very well. O share a quite no more year AstroTurf school dining yama no more year nyama bi wo ho. But elections in India when you say about nyama waye a lot of things come to play. Nti ubetumi ayesa nyama no but ubetumi lusu.
So what kind of people near hwe mo asen not kuafo suku for dwedi for himfo
well asen not no say medin kan ka che no omo aye from but asen for no doso asenfo no the doors nti amanfo mo eba ombeye ebia farming ebia rice farmers ebia omufi water region no mo abesete no mo abom se maka che say ekrobi ho kra e friend no asindingo ha nti eye ningofo yi no mo abetsettle na owo friends so crobofo omo so abesete nti obi aba o create a particular community near there. So these are the people we are looking at. But o share the trend now. First na a bigger Asen North no. Na Kennedy Japan was doing very well in the Asen Central place where he comes from. Into a team unutumu say consistently from 2000 Kennedy Japan has won up to this day 2000 obaye no omuntu obiantu BT no na yakọ not into a chemu not na NDC for a winnie then 2016 MPP came 2020 George Achikwesin into currently no a 2-1 as against MPP. So it is for the MPP. Say be obetumi atse ho na be 2-2. But 2-1 also cry a contentious because George Achikwesin as a no ye in a few records in Murukra na he's never been an MP. Okay. And currently no it's just like 1-1. In Jafeni yes yakọ yet is penalties. Yeah bo ni bobe win na say the person we didn't win him.
The two of them in every crew back.
And that's the bit of issue it changed the dynamics slightly because we here 2020 na abnadruwa fi kushia asin kushia but the argument the breku for no on district capital constituency capital no they making say they needed someone for asin breku the bigger constituency into na internal issues for her into we share the trend of voting na George Achikwesin ABT abnadruwa by a little over 3,000. I said 3,005 votes. Into we share currently na MPP for say they have addressed their internal concerns in Niamaniama Sesiano or working to get someone who has stayed with them, who is from Asimbreku. So now there are two people they are battling for the votes in their Asimbreku place. And their political connoisseurs now can say, well, whoever wins Asimbreku no wins the entire constituency. Ubewini hono. Yes, say Asimbreku so pa nti say utumi win ho then you can go ahead and win the other. But the dynamics could change. Elections there idea be even on that day no cry near to Mrs.
you're wrapping up with me, but Doc, you work so far, no?
I think say a fair analysis na why so far, no. Except to say Oshe data no kakra. If you get closer to the data, Ubehun say there's something different from there's something different about Ekosiisen, because Oshe seat constituency na kasa na presidential no or mampeni na Akufo-Addo na ewini 16,067 votes.
Nemo to aso na
okay.
Yenya amo Alfred amo ewo grounds was send us. Alfred. Hello Alfred. Alfred Otemeka. Okay, ewia ma hai na ujina send not pote hefa.
Yeah, and you what you say. Now, on my over here, I'm the better training, and officially, and it's a man who at the register, and animal. Our shop here, I don't know, echo campaign, a teacher, and the am no say, you at that time now, and before no money on candidate. And the amount of back to the people at the best and the rubber and and Timo, how Mapa Rush at the book for no, and it's the name. Now, what operate to me, our by leisure, now, and no, and a party to a one crime, Abba, a year, a clean of what is so work at the Copunsa article, and one of our people and what they were so no and now original partner name now what me at the Ama
Obetimi the Ama Abaye and a big kakana yet is a more concern and menora maintain the kakra. Na chema untimi ewo hwan ne na akapota keni bedun ko marufu kasa we ya na bi abejinti chema se ho en kakra ndingaba ya nka ya ma ne kakra anka chiri na nko ne aka. Okay, so move closer to Nanabi e pese ati asema woka
Nanabi na wojo mu a woka se se fa me yentie de woka dia
san fa ben yentie de woka no fa ben yentie de Nanabi ka no fa ben na yentie de woka no Okay. Chairman.
on the message. On my governance and empire Ekosiisen people. I'm passenger. Mother do have seen of pronounce here and then mobile send on man for see Jim of an and so and I'm with them. Yo. Of my name,
Chairman Majoso.
And Ekosiisen so you know, Michelle Bibia. And the first time I said, no day. I'm a he declares with this he declares a crime be also the battle about a year 27 June. I know and how much I'm out to me and the MPP don't Yababe Drew has they buy no a simple no money adject sir Yabahasi and Jabano the crime be also money by my because about where you're trying to say being put to Baba. Yanto aba sadin kan ko beba yanto aba se yanto aba fakeke abra muto aba ma chesu crazy akra na hada mimi ba yi bida ha bidi aduane wa ha enso promo a ono na hada bibia no obetumi di akere ete ye candidate Charles upoko ayen sakano no oyi obi a obi a ne do no obi a penasem sisi ayewa se anga and a way to see it. Ubesheni pa appear ha or report on one mama. Or report on the back at Nipo.
Okay, Chairman.
I idea in from a fire, a man chancing it's clear. No castle not be crown iron. But on by a chance of Pukunai. What the chance of Pukunai?
Okay, Chairman, want to me, Chairman, want to Mamma now say, Alfred, Mamma now say, now no Mundi Comona, Yambra back to studio. Why? Emerson, where the Gobium, could you wrap up for us now? Dr. Koso.
Yeah, it's in an American say. Resource na or mampeni na nada kwa kufuado year 2020 elections no unya 16,000 and na mampeni John Mahama enya 15,000 it no say test MPP ne NDC strong in 2020 na nkasa na based on presidential vote na ebeka say MPP 4 a mo yes on beto ama MPP no dodo no Amotuma and Adon is 16,000 and Omotuma John Mahama, Omampeni John Mahama, so 15,000. But Oba parliamentary now, Bonse Joe Question Enya 17,000. That is more than Omampeni Nanado, and it is more than Omampeni John Mahama. So it was not just about the fact that ABA MPP for no Omone Drowano ewo problem. It is possible so omo woni drowa no problem no yes ebi etoma eye Jokwesen because drowa ni nya 14,000 which means say what the compare na na do vote na e drop way but then there are other ones so a omo so ewo mu a omo so no ewe go ahead a omo toma eye Jokwesen na omo anto aba no ama na na dan kwa Kufuado eti no Jokwesen no enso kita ono akasa ne popularity a ode ewo constituency more. It is going to be an interesting elections because already there are battlegrounds. Constituency only a battlegrounds from 2012 and a swing 2016 and I swing 2020 again. It is already now a battleground. But your question also ekita on wakasa ne popularity. A man for what GDS from Kubi would you say obetimi and Yama strong aba. That is true.
There's a joke question and the judge question.
Well, and what did the cacao? And what did the cacao and share down course? Cacao, but Chasopoku now, Modena Bano. So the hits now, Modi, yes, our campaign with. And so the caliber of people, NDC for no, I was told, say, over the weekend, a lot of the members of parliament, you know, they went there.
And yeah, easy.
Exactly. Into your holiday, only say whatever happens there, no, so it tilts the power in parliament. Say be a number, no. A besisa. 2 million. I could. It's a ninety no muna any abreno. Into any some and to say be a kumewudi na. Say be a say but when it there and I didn't so nipa ba ko share dan tinimu say aha de no me tef it to me exactly it could be anybody's nti last minute pushy and the year say bia Joe Kwesi in popularity na bro duwa de no so kakra no bia he would continue to be dominant. And now say Chasopoku now so the need nam. So what say chance him is to ya or no agasa no movies and not and the guy I'm told so I NGO Ninia Maniamun NGOC. Sometimes these people they start at NGOs and then they have a course they chat. Very interesting. In fact, the coming days, aka 2 weeks in the start 2 weeks in the but bano no and then
so then you are still not able to say Ekosiisen or Charles.
Oh yeah, as for Cecia dear, even though the data that has been read out, the difference between John Mahama, Akufo-Addo, Druwa, George Ekosiisen, Nyama Esisa, and Nyama Swasisa from 2020, to date, there has been some significant development issues. It could tilt in anybody's favor.
But now, she was sitting not to about a hold.
Well, as a time they say economy need enjoy it, but they want to speak to specific things pertaining to not. And no motion when they are to abano. It's
she was sitting not to about.
From crossing at the end of the day, so say you are sitting on the Omukra, the Omu, Omu Sekuvane, Damania, the Omu to me, Kotiti, Contumania, the boom.
It's specifically in commonly different from
Omo share, and Yamantinyama, a year or crano, and Yanyame here Omono. And that is why I say a twaba, a political party between we need a Ponanina in Sierra Costa communities, political party back between winning because of maybe policies and as a bibisa or they come on more. They will not even look at the economy and bibisa. But near my form, Ntebia say premix never far for they could vote against you. But and yet specifically pertaining to that, on Beshabia and affairs on more yet. Ebi amomo kwan ebi anomu nsuo yamomu nsuo ana bibisa for the general economy need it could be battled on an equal turf but amount for share constituency ni mu oh okay asumesi ba yi or the say na bre we ba or the say na bre George Ekosiisen ba yi it's important say ye withholding niam bi say na ne niam kra mba nso oye den na buaye njomo hwa amanfo akomem ene amanfo niam omo aye amamo nti wo hwe de Chasopoku no aye oguso ye na George Ekosiisen so nja niam na yo even ne ho akere ne ade ni nyina oni amanfo kasa they tell you say George Ekosiisen is being a source of help to them nti niam I think say media I cannot stick my neck out but e bia na me bra peni betimi a stick in neck out e bia
I want to say the narrative favors Ekosiisen. Yes. The impression is that a party for no, yes, a party for no, a party for no, omo AUB, and sebe abano, and nipa bi apɛ kwati kwan bi so ɛyi na
momon kɔma mobo
but I don't say ko say any obi di nkomo no say George Ekosiisen so wan kan okran kyerɛ sa o san so baby and no beda da say oye Ghana
ɛno so it's no but the narrative there is omo to aba and at that particular point omo nya gidie wo obi mu so what you say omo san konkoto aba foforo enka se omanya no confidence e woni pakunu mu e na kwati kwan bi so omafa so a ompese omutwa ne mre ne so enunti no the people in Asen North will want to reaffirm as omaba no moto in 2020 say be omanya mistake omunim ni nti a omoto omaba no edema Ekosiisen so what you say they want to reaffirm that etunoko efom wa omga omoma ne mewie ne tem oduru ho a ye asem for dan kasa ye besa kire say yes antoa ne so anase ma ye toa ne so it is a enkomo no so enam fom a amanfo edi sa enkomo no and he mentioned the breku factor and it is a very big factor and we are told say e kan ho krampo no more advice say Druwa say on withdraw from primaries na one could be but then they also understand those who are natives there. So what American say, omu hu Ekosiisen say or ye native ofiri wo sa ofiri omu you know, and that is also one factor. It, you know, like we said, a battleground, and yet constituency who be winning with 2,000 and I say 5,000 and I say 10,000, and yet big difference. A constituency is coupled with the fact say we see a by-election, and we know say by-election the turnout will not be like a by-election, will not be like a general election, because some more to quiet when their money I don't know a bad dance obibia beba. Even though we are very competitive, into say the various political parties no, or as much as possible make sure say obibi or two baby no ombe mopi up amani panaba. The turnout to be higher than Kumawudi no. The expectation is that turnout will be free as a not about be higher than Kumawudi, but through a general election turnout. But whatever the case no, we share utie and koma kosona. And sabe as a not no, they are rational people. Omo reasonable. Omo say 2 years. He has been there for 2 years. Omo expected magic from James Ekosiisen. And now omo the context around Saba election. We they know and Yama what from Babedu say. Etino kakra empo notwithstanding barriers are abiding there to nimun gune nimune one yamani adingna. Notwithstanding all those barriers, no, was show commitment. Baby my home videos are friends say amount for aye now more can say oh na chip compound any has say James Ekosiisen by and our baba yes chip compound dey mine but who a certain ness on so aye video say omo chip compound na bed back kra say ni ho James Ekosiisen by or the beds ababa begum and ho ne mani ade schools and ho so we are at least within the 2 years despite challenges what for no the contribution as a member of parliament, even though they be a member of parliament na so that's the reason why I campaign. You know, sometimes young politicians, you know, we my hair looking funny. Oh, what constituency and our campaign and now they acquire a campaign. Meanwhile, when we say parliamentary candidate now by just sitting MP. So he has no knowledge of acquiring a Ekosiisen. Now you want to blackmail the whole constituency into thinking say yeah, but say I buy na buy no
chance of never party asi.
Oh, na it just say you obi bia waka bia o mamu say the onye MPP ni dia say yes, all your orphan. So you know what I'm saying is say some of this campaign no those days PNC time abebe one jansroman that kind of campaign there and you know say we dey your heneba we dey or akwabi and I said no one money those days it doesn't sell to anybody. They want to see what you can offer them. So what you say oh buy you know I tell some more the money at their bar more eche and no one money is that had they ever sustainable like they be out the bromana. They'll ask these questions. And I say by election abantino, you could do money and fan to a banamount. By election, it came one, now I am conquering baby. These are questions they will ask. So, 18 for me, I think say nothing will change. Mijidi say James Ekosiisen at the end of the day, no, or best I have a seat no now what the Juma was
Dr. Mark Oliver Kevo Anna Matisse on also the submissions initial one about on this matter of a year as not in common, but it's a happy 50th birthday to Emmanuel Ohenenado, operations manager of MPS Tema Port. A free a year sir and paying for Achi Kweku Jobo lawyer Ebo Brown Evans Anna Nicholas on now MPS Tema Port into happy birthday 50th one to Emmanuel Ohenenado into baby, I will be a ima. It's a happy birthday, Sonko Anyedema. And Maron Ahiateku, compliance officer, SNIT Airport City Branch. Yeah, we show the best of the day. Na Asama Akase, Eradenkan, way free a year, Obaba Anna Uncle, inti Shenenso, na Bibi Bianco Kama and Famo. Kevo. I also can what can grant some country.
Oh, I said, oh, my way, dear. I dear bet you be as a fofro. Mamma can kakra. My kakra. Oh, and I said, a huna bon crofo. A huna bo and crofo.
Say, and coach in church, Munoma in Sijina. Oh, a year.
What to be the value of side interpretation? What to be the value? And for Sobena, a beba. It you caught no becase, I say, where the or man penny da na se ufiswa ultimi ma medium man penny biwa na yeden what will be the value? So clearly somebody will benefit from side interpretation. South American eyehu e na agbo obi 2020 o man penny John Dramani Mahama contest elections o mamu ha, it didn't become an issue. But they say na all of a sudden say ye shed that hwehwem say ye benya constitutional provision bi are say ye beto be they are stopping from contesting ana eyehu say nyehu a why will anybody want to go pursue this adventure say nyehu a and clearly no ehu abo MPP forward with the things that are going on EIU economic intelligence unit or more survey all the surveys are pointing to the fact say 2024 Omampeni John Dramani Mahama be winning election. All the surveys are pointing to that fact. It clearly nipa mom tipayen ne e Omampeni John Dramani Mahama. It na was kwan bia so whatever possible I was say omo preventing from contesting no somewhere. But it won't work. I don't see how this is going to work. This adventure, how are you everybody say no, what is your confusion? What is the confusion about this? Cano crepa, otiho, etiho, minimum when you're lawyer, men lawyer. But fiti bretinti and yende will be declared to why? Has it ever occurred to you say there's a confusion? There's no confusion, there's no controversy. Uko westi a friend saying Supreme Court to nebre. Unless Obi Susu say they can friends obtain some mischief from the Supreme Court. So to say when you have certificate interpretation, everybody is interested in this. When you have certificate interpretation, it will be an argument say or could you have certificate interpretation now or the ababa be mischief or memoha. It won't work. It won't work. It may be the say as idea way there. And yeah, there as a nipa wasting a time. It is very clear in the constitution. Constitution, no, I can clear. Article 62, actually, omo qualify so omo a contesting omo qualify so omo contested elections as presidential as president of Ghana. Very clear qualifications in a clear. And now what won't me and contesting so a clear. Omo penny John Dramani Mahama or near 2 times. Said the constitution canon. Only 2 terms. It to say why 2 terms na and you know some innovation be odi room say we year of term na say open source contest be just a certain press what kind of what is that? So
Ajunchebi about say the whole thing by Mr. Ken Crunchy is frivolous and vexatious because the language of Article 661 and 2 of the 1992 Constitution is very clear and without any ambiguity.
There's no ambiguity. Very clear. That's what I'm saying. Say, Ipono mi hunia or so or memha or you're confused about that. I mean, no way. There's no confusion. That's the reason why Omampeni John Dramani Mahama all 2020 elections. Nobody was what in fact a man for don't want to come and clear. And it says or sign back to say the all baba be winning 2024 no oba no ye one time
say ekoba se owinia
na so sa ko na ba bi adu amanfo na mkoti
the same thing say ekoba se odi nkunima owo ho kwan se otimi
as another 4 years that is where I don't know corporate interpretation there people will say yeah hono and share down clear because 8 years and I said 2 terms no say consecutive and I said ubreki now baba start for fra near a friend saying osan chassis for no atwa or 8 years ni straight ana. That, for example, amount for be bridging say enye too very. And that na ebia obi kwakope interpretation. That is fair.
Okay, so there's another message here.
Now say
this application may not hold because Article 66(1) and 2 provides that 1. A person elected as president shall, subject to clause 3 of this article, hold office for a term of 4 years, beginning from the date on which he is sworn in as president. 2. A person shall not be elected to hold office as president of Ghana for more than 2 terms. 3. The office of the president shall become vacant on the expiration of the period specified in clause 1 of this article, or B, if the incumbent dies or resigns from the office or ceases to hold office under Article 69 of this Constitution. The President may, by writing signed by him and addressed to the Speaker of Parliament, resign from his office as President. This is simple terms in 66(1), means that a term of office of the President is 4 years, just like an MP. But 66(2) provides that a person can only be President for 2 terms. So if one term is 4 years, then what will be 2 terms? It is 8 years. This means that a person, by virtue of Article 62, can only be president for a total period of 8 years. In the present case, John Mahama has been president for only a term, 4 years. That is why we call him one-term president. This means that he has another term by virtue of Article 662 to be elected as president. Mahama has only exhausted 1 term of the 2 terms constitutional mandate.
What is the ambiguity? A confusion. What kind constitution? Confusion. There's no confusion. There's no confusion anywhere. I am very clear. Said the MPs, Omo eko normal ba. No, because there's no term limit. Nobody, there's no limit to how many terms they can go. And then he's arguing, say, a friend saying, Ojes Gracia. And Untina, and say, yes, I'm man of Kayamano, a contested you. Now, MPs no, I'm 1 year's Gracia. MPs no terminate and they are 1 year's Gracia. Ojes Gracia. But then they are still eligible. Okono Oluzu. Not Osaba be tribune, no Osaba. Oluzu ya no Ojes Gracia. But he's allowed to contest again. And Unti knows to say, Obia Oje emolument under Article 71 onye qualifies say obe contested you know. It is also did that here no there.
Angekena Kwaba.
Aye Jaminia.
Na oye.
Oh nyakopa dum kakakakaye.
Say oye lawyer na.
I am partially a lawyer.
Lawyer Kenneth AJ Crunchy, is that correct?
I'm partially which I can say.
Na on sama nkata osi nchiremu be na ope.
Oh. Me 8 declaration. And I make sure nananum penifo so senka umma me be 5 orders nka ho.
The 18 year then na 5 near there.
8 no ye number 1 no because on the true and proper interpretation of Article 66(1) of the 1992 Constitution. The number of years of a presidential term in Ghana is 4 years. Any of the first declaration say, and Penifon declare is that all but be a president. No factor as president no 4 years. And I think a declaration, and number 2, no that on the true and proper interpretation of Article 66(1) and 2 of the 1992 Constitution. A person seeking a second presidential term must be a sitting president. This way, the man can work. He must be say, near or 3 president in the summer. Only a man of crime man to 2. The argument that will come from the other side, and not they want to consider I'm expecting to say it should be contiguous, the contiguous terms. The argument that will come from the other side, they say it can be disparate, which means Abba begin in 4 years. No, continue baby at 3 terms. No, Abba not between second 4 years. And only the photo and when you say and I say the third declaration say on the true and proper interpretation of Article 68(2) of the 1992 Constitution. A former president of Ghana is a ward of parliament. Okay, Article 68(2) now, a virtually blanket. Say, we were Juma as former president. Our say, so for Yajuma be Obenyani, a emolument and a profiter. Also, for the permission free parliament. Number 4, no, a similar. Say on the true and proper interpretation of the same Article 68(2) of the 1992 Constitution. A former president of Ghana requires parliamentary approval before he can occupy any other office other than an office of the state. For instance, will be other president Dada. Now, after the one who saw a project post to be your baby. After some project will be no Miss May Cafe, also for parliament, record the permission and some of the occupy and start put to. I say in also 5. A declaration that on the true and proper interpretation of the same Article 68(2) of the 1992 Constitution, a former president of Ghana requires parliamentary approval before he can occupy any other office that provides emolument. You can't emolument a salary, but so you saw a emolument to be kakra. What you are former president of Ghana now compare phobia na the man emolument. I say, Pacho Bicasa.
Pacho Itio.
Also call for parliamentary permission. After 36, a declaration that on a true and proper interpretation of Article 63 of the 1992 Constitution, the office of president is an office that provides the emolument. And if you be a man penny Ghana, or just salary, the president also know. You can say, so just salary there, no man penny that I know for just salary there. That's a very require parliamentary permission. 7. A declaration that on the true and proper interpretation of Article 68, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, the former president of Ghana remains in the employ of the state. There's the Mekansa constitutional clause in Abuma. Nema dream who will be a former president, that's what you happen. And I say finally, the 8th declaration I made in the Supreme Court. A declaration that on the true and proper construction of Article 52 of the 1992 Constitution, a former president of Ghana is not qualified or eligible to seek election as president. Article 68(2) talks about the eligibility to become president. Generally, a principle says you must be somebody who is 40 years of age. You must be a citizen of Ghana. By citizen of Ghana, no, also you be a papaya Ghanaian. Now, my Monsieur Ghanaian, and I say also you be a Wajumdaho. Generally, that is the principle. I'm saying we say there are people who qualify under this criteria that cannot contest to become president. For instance, we do be very controversial. Former president before, so that is just of the fact forms of the contested president, and it should be other perspective. I think say Mr. Mama to falls in that order. And what and out of the 8 I have mentioned, may say I'm paying for most Supreme Court. Say Omuma certain orders. Now, in particularly the first meeting, and that's basically my what I'm putting the Supreme Court.
Lawyer Crunchy, na say President Kufone John, President Mahama de, o de yes and to huna emfa if we say President Kufone de mbrane kano if ye ngotwe no, we ni de. President Mahama, we no first term. Inti baby ɛhɔ no person hunu sɛ obetima to aso sɛ second term ana we ni dwumadi.
Former president Mahama or former president.
Former President John Dramani Mahama.
Former president or former president.
Of course.
Former President Kufuor or former president.
And one no.
What is the difference?
Back where we ngotwe, back where we and 9.
The presidential term here 4 years, again 8 years.
Correct.
It is only only about you fall under Article 68 of the 1992 Constitution.
But enyam from so say be embrace who kwan say obetime twa mfie ngotwe. Nti mfie ngotwe no whether the twaso or ukoba ebeto ba akona aka no so a eno so e.
And I make us there's a constitutional lacuna there because is it contiguous or disparate? Also the twaso and also between contra the stages now aba. So, okay, the Constitution must be read as a whole. It must be read to make sense. So, okay, we are not disparity there. Let us say, there are people who actually make the argument. So, for instance, if President Mama becomes president, then the argument are making holds. So, he is entitled to a second term.
But, Patrol, Wadaroma, and Koma would say, what Kenkai Umre Kuni Odidi Juma. A person shall not be elected to hold office as president of Ghana for more than 2 terms. 2 terms, as I say.
Aha. Hello.
Meti Wadaruma.
Also, kind need to state one now kind other constitutional provisions. For instance, the real first term now real second term now, we need to follow that to consistent true. A true of one cross out of the constitution article is not a big man because of it. You know that is where Mr. Mama is coming from. Because of Article 62 need to know. 66 to need to know. We can refer to a second term. But you cannot read the constitution without also coming down to look at 62.
Nti o pese o te won asese ene se o man ne kwabna santi twa first term ni wi 4 years na o ntimi nkonwan ansa ma enka se me se fata se me ko a second term and I said
that is exactly the point I'm making.
I see. It is anchemu no dia na pese ohun
Pajo say
nchemu no dia na pese ohun se o
or your former president. Or your former president today will follow under Article 62. It has nothing to do with follow under Article 62. Or follow under Article 62. I believe that you can say that it is going to occupy another office of profiter. It needs parliamentary approval.
Now, one year, American, would you say, Sanima, we now one in him?
Sir, maybe if you say, Omonim Bayagin. Because see, your mind will say, or say, in a manner that makes sense. It is also a manner that does not make sense. You must put this entire provisions together and come to a composite position that can live with the various clauses can live with each other. I was saying making one contiguous story. I mean, between the carbon tax, 17 is it. So, for fact, the system is to know how could you baby. So, we'll be able to president or put 20 years or some. And don't forget, this democracy for the next 1,000 years. If you take that type of scenario, will it make sense to you?
But 66-1, a term of a president here 4 years, is that correct?
Session, yes.
80, at the end of money, I haven't because yes, I'm bag, the end of money, we are entitled to 2 terms.
Now, can say, within the second term, they come in 4 years.
But, say, at the end of our Quenya said, Utimiko for 8 years.
And I make sure say a minimum year and so for 4 years now we should actually contest for the second term. But so when we first term 4 years maybe not say where we are and you free out but talk to me.
It is so free wa na so nim so besa ba any kwan say we adwuma bia na twɛn na ba na say adwuma ba yan fa so na say o mamra shi bia
say o koye adwuma bia Rofi so now Jumavia. Not only the judgment of salary emolument, then you have to go to Parliament for permission. It's not me writing it, it's 62. Anybody can pick the constitution and read.
Eti how na ko gina say 8 years no. Ye kwa ba ana ye toa so.
You were 4 years.
Meka say. Emrani ma kwan se ntina me de me ankasa magina mu no me kwabna sante ma bedi mi term awie ba me wa kwanya se metimi asabedi a term aka wo ye 4 years
I was say almost a kwabna sante emrada so be 60 who be president in 4 years now you are who quarter article 68(2). You have to deal with Article 62. You cannot jump over Article 68 and say, my page to my second term, no, semicolon. You must go to the People's Parliament.
I see. Where you Moody, I try Genoa. Na Ankasanso Ebeka. Dr. Mark Oliver Kevo, see or Chiao.
I can't
I said, why drink a crana more what to eat?
Oh, I say, on my way, I remember I was implementing and the cities are questions about the law. Bedroom will never having. A normal course of woman, a bedroom will not say with final challenging some of these laws. The Supreme Court makes one and that is part of it. But I think that there is a case. You should allow me to. You have very able lawyers. No, they bar 1 year. They have lawyers who have been at the bar for 50 years. I think they can answer this challenge.
Well, a learned friend, Medican Council, about their tomb say the whole issue by Mr. Ken Crunchy is frivolous and vexatious because the language of Article 6661 and 2 of the 1992 Constitution is very clear and without any ambiguity.
Okay. I won't take it away from him. He's empowered to write that.
But
Just
say any ambiguous.
Empowered to take the other position.
Say any ambiguous.
You see, any ambiguous in the sense that if you take one, then you are unable to take two. But the moment you take one and then you go and fall under Article 68(2), and then you are coming back, it takes a problem.
Lawyer Pebrina Barrett.
It's a confusion. It's a mra. You can't rubber any naso and find ye bibi. Open so nyamra the whole sense of the law. You must read the whole law.
Lawyer, I know what na wa baba ukwe die emse ba kumuni bebusa sa ayi o mahome. Hello. Lawyer Otimeka.
Me talk mine.
Me no we kra na edien pa na akwa se MPP ni watu anamon we aso obi akwache wachi hinted we achiri ana joma ha ma hunti na we ana.
Oh, mpacho debi. Asema me shall say tray after the 2016 election year 2020 no. 2020. My so my try petition na parliament. Enye John Mama Hungu. The kata politically so far. But we flag bearer. Assembly no waka you. Assembly no waka. We be kafe. O man we chicken. Waka bibi a yen pida. Also between I. Ono you say so by president kwade people manifest no better sanoti. This is mama worship. So me kwa law no. Me kwa law politically. Mayor law as the law ought to be done. So that is what I'm doing. I'm not here to do anybody's political agenda. I have a bit in the other.
Oh, that's what okay.
That's what okay.
Not right?
Okay, not in Pachai.
Obesako.
I am going to my method form. I submit.
Hey, now nipa how do we bow?
I'm who say I number some come ahead do. A number of some come ahead. Many will be a who should I Musa. My main purpose is to make sure I'm not before. A new Matana 35 years. They know the nature of the person I am. And I'm not going to turn my back on them at this particular moment. I contest again. Woman with them in Kwame.
Enti Nyako ba Fuseni ba Dokuye ba Efia Kuto ba Lawyer Ken Crunchy so ba.
My Kutunipa. We do work to Nipa, and yeah, who cry.
Ube German as over Kwakusi.
I know what I can do for the new patriotic party. My depend. Yes, you first will be our also, you will be our dinner. I depend in the Christian. I'm a man of courage. A man of principle, somebody who has a vision for this constituency, who has a vision for this party. And I will take it to the reasonable end.
Ah, Nanya Penso, now Wagora, Neshabamu in Agora Bisi Nea Steli.
Me papa shaba mama chiano. I minute about my pen, minute putting a peso pen. And I'm still playing. It doesn't spoil anything.
Masa na e man ye clear say omuntia say bra.
I say one first me 141, second time me 285 or so. I think I'm quite close to the final year I'm meeting across the Rubicon and some their candidates here. There's no need for me to give up. Some are not me a lawyer, and then not me a journalist, and my lawyer, the other town. Me say a businessman, me say no newspapers in your man. What to stop me from contesting? Me that's also go to your papa yana me yana.
O da so ekwaye.
Kwaye, wedding, kwadoring. They could be no crown of the understanding. It's not work for so few.
O shaman for school.
Me, the only politicians, if not in our country, not maybe probably in Ghana, I'm into mediation. I'm popular for that.
Now, Uska, Edjuma Benawe.
I'm in journalism, yao, and I'm saying, look, I saw the camera. I'm not going to legal to Kataka. Journalism, I think I mean, and your man would give me some discovery. No, Kata Minana, Kata Minana, say, one to be our more profession, but some woman has to be a committee choices. A woman, at least the better next time you're on the line, I tried it. The minister will be Kata and Coupon perfect like Yamma or that small business, and you share them with me. None of the contested. First time, second time, yeah. And I'm a contest.
But unfortunately, ya man yourself na koyesi kasemu. Inti usike sha, wasim sha.
Me mumudia, obey masum zebe pepper. And we walk and we not all the time. I'll talk to them, you can see.
Anka mene wow, wanya kakra na minimi.
Omayene, okra soba. Now, we are many opinion land here, La Sula Lano, or Kaka, no to Bobo. Member of Parliament, it will be the benefit of the entire nation.
Especially journalists.
Kache Olivake was Secretary of the answer. We are there. We are not one NGCT. We are panya politics.
Na Oka Alan Kwajo Chairman me o Alan na.
No cranny. I've said this in private, and I don't think it's to hurt to put this thing out in public. Given my particular talents, I think I'll be more useful there too. Some here politics, I'll be more useful accepting my talent out of the New Patriotic Act than inside the New Patriotic Act. You know, and then you will be out something. If you are the not the better sector to be an accompanied in your public, money.
Lawyer, Oka said the Mentias Yemunda Hosa.
Oh, I'm not saying
ambiguity. Say no one also could seek clarification. To me, very ambiguous.
Like it is a police station. As some FM, Joy FM, these radio stations, they are police stations. To be at the national bow. And she, can you say to be the national position? I won't be man. No better man. There's no ambiguity about that. I serve the people. Anybody who has a problem comes to me. If it is a legitimate problem, I'll see what I can do for the person.
But the party, party, no, is at crossroad, and you need a kind of leader in times like this. Out of the 11, you are and when I say young Conde say opon nana pon, or they say nana pon, or dine ho nana pon, or dine ho nana pon ho, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia ho. Miami New Kennedy Japan ho afe yewo adan ni mo ho Joe Gatti ho Kwabnaje Japan ho Alan Kwajo Chairman team ho Yera Jakun ho Akomara Tomato Apreku ho ana yesawo energy expert no the saying energy expert the saying nsafua Kwajo nsafua so ho no one
Everything let channel free central region.
Oh, na say Eric Nketia dia no odikemu na oni omokoye adwuma na Eric Nketia dey so wan piki wana.
Na no so jina.
Ti sankofo we amabodi nyina.
Something for now abomudi no. I can say with great pride, so I have worked with each and every one of them before. On one activity of the New Patriotic Party or the other. The Kapa Kujina Western Region demonstration, it was very tough demonstration. Honorable Jogati, near the command from Honorable Jogati, my pickup on my sound system, Ufulu, Ufulu pick up no, Ufulu generators. Emma, or the same of my very successful demonstration in Western Region. Eti, say, a massive business national could now be a system with Jogata. It's a problem. And the Japan has been instrumental in my life. I'm not sure many economic for excellence, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. He has done a lot in my life. I think that's the could take a position. Now, they take a position there. Even I will just force the participation in the party. My energies will be used elsewhere.
I see Emma say only concern about more kind of personal obedience. Whilst the NDC is now whilst the NDC is now considering say Sam Jonah, Eric Opoku. I see. Ajay Crunchy. Mami fancy hey na me know I be paying. Okay, so bedasi P. Kenneth J. Crunchina, what is okay? Doc, you briefly enough, you can bring
after law school, no, or maybe they attested a
while. To crew be the
baby. After law school, no, baby, be a son of her, then I shall and the school fees, no, or Boka, so I'm because clearly, well, Sebe, be an acquire of us, well, also, but clearly. My working kind constitution, or like I said, or trying to bring out the issues, no issue. No, say this is the particular issue, no crowd, or no crowd pray. Because first you need to go down and think, say, a year constitution, the framers of the constitution at that particular time, what were they thinking? Now, Omar Jane is saying, Obianko one term, now call one term we, na say one term on a song. Na say Ghana for amount akwanya ma maybe one.
Okay.
So what I say, does that cut your right to contest ana? And I said the framers of the constitution no adwin mu no omo empese obi tena so cha na odane tyrant. Enu nti na omo the term limits e buy. Because they say Ghana democracy no ya innovate and free ase. Ye hwe nkofo de e na ye keka bo mu na ye de. Omo ayehwe omoso e de ye say no mo de you ask it no ko bisa say UK do okọ term back na say ujai ada say obi ba be take over untimi ma bie wana you ask all these questions etimi nua no nya botre so that's
okay so as a champion Austria also asresa say kitu biensa I don't know say oka area can crunch and serial and chairman tie kwa batisi e ba e to enkobozo